McMahon.
Well, Ted Turner's
he's not really involved anymore, so...
Well, I mean, his name is still part of the company, so...
But he's got like a 3% stake, so...
I
wonder if TNT actually stands for anything anymore. It's like one of those names where it's just an acronym now.
Well, like, it's not even the Sci-Fi Network anymore, it's just...
Well, it's like, when I was in Minnesota, 3M changed to, instead of Minnesota Mining and Manufacturing, but they called it 3M, to actually just being 3M.
Well, didn't WWE really try to do that hard for a while?
It was like, they were like so close, I think.
Yeah.
But didn't actually pull the trigger.
So yeah, that's our AEW news for the week. Let's all keep an eye on that stuff.
We got May 25th is the show, so they have enough people for not quite a pay-per-view.
Hulk Hogan came back on Monday Night Raw to pay tribute to Mean Gene Okerlund. The internet reactions were mostly positive, but there was still that certain fan base of people who, yes, Hogan is a racist piece of shit, and I get it, but he came back to honor his friend, and I think people just needed to let... This is one of those ones where this was not the hill to die on, guys.
Yeah, he 100% deserved to be there. This guy was somebody that they left AWA together. Just for this particular, thing. They've known each other for, 40 plus years. He had to be the person to do this little memorial. There was nobody else.
I agree. That's one of those things.
And on top of that, the promo that he created for this was fucking fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was great. So, yeah, seriously, just let Hogan have this one. I mean, God, it's one of his best friends in the whole world passed away.
Yep.
But, so that was actually pretty cool. Of course, we got news of, we know they've been airing these endless promos. It's basically Emelina is coming again. All these people are getting called up, but at least EC3, Lacey Evans, and Heavy Machinery all got dark matches on Raw and SmackDown this week, so they are doing something.
Yeah, it's about time they started getting put in front of the crowd.
So technically, they shouldn't have been up for Fabe last year. They haven't actually shown up yet.
Well, it's all right. We'll put them up. They didn't win anyway, so we'll just put them up this year. Just put them up this year. Pretty cool announcement. WWE is going to do a show called Worlds Collide. It's going to be 5 men from NXT, 205 Live, and NXT UK going to go up against each other in a 15-man tournament. And I remember I read the list of everybody that was in it.
And there was
I don't
one
remember.
open spot left.
Yeah, but I think the list I saw seemed to have everybody confirmed. Here it is. It's Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Dominic Dijakovic, Keith Lee, and Otis Dosovic. I just want to see Dijakovic and Dosovic go up against each other just so they can struggle over those names.
They took him from Donovan Dijak to Donovan Dijakovic.
They actually increased the name, yeah. Mark Andrews, Tyler Bate, Travis Banks, Jordan Devlin, and Zach Gibson. And then Cedric Alexander, Umberto Carrillo, Tony Nese, Drew Gulak, and TJP.
It's gonna be a really cool thing.
Well, how many shitty workers did I just name? 0.
So it's all taking place at the Access for Royal Rumble.
Yeah, that's going to be the Access Entertainment. So that's going to be friggin' awesome. Hopefully, we all get to see that.
I believe it's going to be on the network. It may not be there live, but I believe they're going to put it up afterwards.
Yes. Lisa Marie Varon? I'm not actually sure how to pronounce that part of her name. Either way, better known as Victoria or Tara, depending on where you watched her, has officially announced she will be retiring at the end of 2019. So we will be bidding farewell to the career of Victoria. Which begs the question, does she go into the Hall of Fame?
I think she does.
I think eventually she will, 'cause she was sort of a pioneer of the division at the time. The only thing is, they haven't done anything with her since she left. She's always been kind of like let out of the cold.
I think part of it was, I if I'm not mistaken, they've offered her spots and she hasn't had time for them.
Oh.
She started doing she had a motorcycle business and then she had a restaurant. I don't think she has either of them anymore. But
well, I believe the feelers have been out. She just hasn't.
You know, she does have still dead ass.
And them titties. Remember, she was the hoe that started the walkout when all the hoes abandoned The Godfather.
Oh yeah,
it was Victoria that was the lead hoe.
She wasn't the hoe that won the hardcore title.
No,
that
right? Was just a random hoe.
Okay. We'll switch gears over here since we're talking about Victoria over to Impact News. Rosemary is back, Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a very cool return.
Let her mix it up with Su Yung and Evil Alley.
Popped out of a coffin.
And we have a new knockout champ. Her name is Taya. So
yeah, won it with a little fuckery, but
yes, but now her and Johnny are the it couple of Impact, pretty much.
And then soon it's gonna be Johnny All Elite.
Johnny Elite, yeah, Johnny All Elite.
Oh dear God.
And of course, and I don't think this is a rumor. I think this is a fact. Impact is the one that will probably take the largest hit when
yeah. Regular bookings, paid what you're worth.
Yeah. No Vince Russo, ever. Ever. Switch gears to, of course, New Japan Pro Wrestling. We've already talked about Kenny Omega. He has announced he's done with New Japan, but again, New Japan is still trying to make him happy, so we have to kind of see where that's going here.
Yeah, if they're willing to throw the world at him and give him what he wants, I'm sure he'll have no problems working for both.
Yeah, but end of January, Kushida has officially announced he will be retiring from New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Which gives us a sign.
And it does. He says one regret is he never got to face Tanahashi.
Yep, and during the press,
no regrets.
During the press conference, Tanahashi basically gave him a glowing review and brought him to tears, and gave him his final wish.
So no regrets.
He will have a shot at him at the next upcoming show.
At probably the first New Beginning or whatever?
I think it's the first New Beginning. I think it's the main event for that night.
So, feels?
Very much so.
Bring on that feels?
AJPW1972.com.
If you have the ability, go watch the video. I mean, even if you can't understand it, you'll still get the feels.
Schedule. Yep. See.
Yeah.
Yep. Fantastic Mania started today.
And then, of course, Japanese professional wrestler. And, God, this is so... even his first name's hard to pronounce. Takayuki Iizuka. Yeah.
Better known
Takashi's the ring name, but Takayuki always throws me off for some reason, even though it feels simple.
Best known as the dude with the iron gauntlet and loves to eat feet.
He's also 52 years old. He has announced he's actually retiring.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll get a very proper send-off by New.
Oh, yeah.
He's been working with them for years. So I'm looking forward to his send-off. I know they usually do very good send-offs for people. He is a legend in Japanese wrestling.
Indeed.
So I'm sure this isn't the last we'll ever see of him, because I'm sure that he'll show up here and there. But he will be closing out his ring career in February.
Right.
Now, I got the info on the Kushida Tanahashi match. It will be on Road to New Beginning, Tuesday, January 29th at Murican Hall.
Oh, 2 days before his 2 days before his contract.
So. And that's the main event of the evening.
So, real quick, I wanted to address an interesting comment here in our live chat, which, by the way, if you're listening on Twitch, you can participate in. If you're not, and you're listening to this on Sunday, I guess you are not participating in this. But Randy brings up a good point here. Obviously, yes, if Hogan can be racist, because we've heard him be racist, but can he really be that racist? Because Velveteen Dream models for him, Kamala and Virgil have backed him up when the tapes came out. And I've told this story on the podcast before, but I want to tell it again. This was a story from Kamala himself in an interview where he said that Hogan offered to put him over at a show. The show drew really good. He was the champ. And he said, he doesn't have to beat me for the title, just let him go over me. And it was actually Chief Jay Strongbow that said absolutely not, and called him a big, dumb N-word. And he kept telling Hogan, you're the goose and everything. And Kamala said he overheard him say that, but when Hogan came back, he was just so embarrassed. He obviously didn't tell Kamala specifically what he said. He said, I tried, but I can't talk any sense into him. I mean, we know Hogan might have racist tendencies, but he obviously has friends in the business who support him of color. So there are certain things that, again, certain things just need to get let go.
Well, it's one of those things. I think, any person, and I can speak from personal experience, I'm not a racist by any stretch, but I've had my moments where I've said things I regretted. I've had things where I've said things that I probably
anybody who claims to have never said or done anything with a racist, flat out lying.
I agree.
And bottom line. But here's another interesting thing about Hogan that points out here. His time has passed.
Oh, there's
and that's absolutely true.
I 100% agree with that.
Is past, and he even says, highly entertained me as a kid, but during the NWO, he bored me. It was the rest of the group I was entertained by. Like, that's what he's saying in the chat here. So he's neutral on the whole thing.
But I'm not going to say that, like when he showed up at Raw this week, I enjoyed his showing. When his music hits, I still get freaking goosebumps.
Yeah.
Like, it's the weirdest thing, because most of the time, like, there's only a handful of old music that I'll hear and immediately my body will react. Like,
I bet when that dong hits, I know you're just like,
for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, he loves the dong.
When Hogan's music hits, I get goosebumps. When Jake the Snake Roberts music hits, I like legitimately jump up out of my chair.
Oh man, I get hyped. I heard Demolition.
You know who? It's almost ruined now because Natty uses it, but that guitar screech.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Every time.
So, like, even this week, I would have been that kid. I 100% knew Hogan was going to be there, but when that music hit, I immediately went, yep, all right, I'm ready for this. Because just something inside me, despite all of the bullshit, knew that we were going to get something really cool out of this. And we did.
You know whose music I would mark out really hard? I'm not even lying, guys. I am not lying when I say this. If I heard this today, I would mark out like crazy. You're looking at the real deal now.
Danger at the door, baby.
I would jump out of my seat and start screaming at the TV.
That was my freaking get hype music in high school, bro.
Crime time.
If I had to get hype for something, I'd pop in the WWF The Music Volume 4. D-Lo was like the first or second track.
I vividly remember when Jake made that reappearance at Raw a few years back.
When he did the snake spot with Ambrose, and Ambrose trying so hard not to smile.
When that music hit, I was living in Jersey. I was up in my room at my computer chair just watching wrestling. I remember jumping out of my chair and like damn near shaking. I was so excited. So believe me, there's situations where that just happens, and if that were to ever happen again, it'd probably happen again.
I mean, I've been seeing Rob Van Dam drop a bunch of stuff, like WWE stuff, suddenly this year. he shared a picture of him doing the leg drop on a match with Seth Rollins on Raw. And I'm just like, huh. Yeah, he kind of like